Wow, very cool. So people are looking at you like a magical human being who set yourself free as if by magic from a situation very likely that the people who are looking at you, are still feeling very caught in a particular situation. They see you as having set yourself free as if by magic. And now they see you as somebody who walks in faith like a priest. You trust. You are somebody who can be trusted. They are looking up to you. And this card just keeps on coming out. I don't know, you're a miracle. Somebody is looking at you as a miracle. There is a miracle coming through in the next little bit. I want to say 24 hours, but it's like 27 hours. And there's a miracle coming through. People see you as a miracle maker, a magical miracle maker, an MMM. You're part of the order of Melchizedek. You walk in faith. You have set yourself free. You're dipping into your magic, recognizing that pain, trauma, heartache makes you magical, makes you psychic, makes you powerful. And then you're doing something, whatever it is that you are working on. Don't stop. Please don't stop. Because it's working. And my goodness, magic, miracles, trust, and freedom. MMFT, TFMM. TTFN, ta-ta for now. So if you're leaving, I hope that was helpful. Have a wonderful day. And by the way, thank you so much for being here. Reading through your comments for me is like going to church, where I'm like, I'm blown away by the collective, and other people are blown away by you. So really, really cool. 8 of Pentacles, overall card for the reading. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Hermit, Virgo energy coming in from the past. The Moon, Cancer, Pisces. Maybe some Scorpio in there. Yeah. Somebody is also afraid of you because they don't understand how you are able to do what you do. And they're like, this person... Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone is trying to figure you out. There are a lot of mysteries about you. Maybe you are a mystic. Maybe that's what you call yourself, or you walk the path of the mystic. I figure, I'm starting to realize that it may very well go, you walk in darkness until you discover that you're actually on the path of the shaman, and then you discover that light within, you burn your fire bright for people to see, and it seems that you then sort of walk into the fire. The fire is no longer fire. It becomes more of the blue flame, the purple flame. It's a cleanser. You get cleaned, and then you walk the path of the mystic. So some of you are like, you're leaving the path of the shaman because you discovered that you are not a shaman. The shaman, that path for you was merely another step so that you could continue to level. And I'm talking to a group of people who are ready to level out of the shaman's walk. You're getting off of the healing path and starting to walk the path of the healed. And people are looking at you wondering how you did that. And I feel like for most of you, you spent a lot of time in the past, and perhaps even still, figuring out the answer to that question. How did you do that? How will you keep on doing that? I feel like you spent a lot of time alone to yourself, where other people may see you as being very free and not caged in by the requirements, the rules, the bounds of society. You may feel like you were caged. You were caged for a long, long time, and you, like Houdini being dropped inside of a safe to the bottom of the ocean in handcuffs and chains, managed to get yourself out. And for some of you, there was a past life, like you passed away again and again and again until now. And there's also much coming through about the prisoner being set free, but I feel like that's your walk in a way, and you're trying to show people how you did that. In a way, it's a lot of the Martin Luther King Jr. energy. It's the freedom speaker, the freedom warrior, the truth fighter, right? 7 of Cups, okay. 6 of Wands, Ace of Wands, awesome. 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Swords, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Some people out there, you may be really stressed out because you have embraced the thought that says you're not capable of taking care of yourself. Meanwhile, the world is looking at you like the most capable, magical soul, and you may feel like you are you're lacking something because there are not other people like you. It could also be that the way you do things is so very different than the rest of the world. You may have people come to you and be like, well, you could do it a slightly different way and then fit in better. And I feel like you're not supposed to fit in. The only thing that's making things difficult for you at this time is the ego. So there's probably a lot of ego balancing. Okay, you need to balance the ego. But some ego battles happening now. And I feel like there's... it's interesting because your strength at this time is recognizing that you have many, many, many options. The weakness is trying to choose the option that is happiest for your ego and not best for your inner child. And there's the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords can be all about perceived slights, the idea of feeling left out, the third wheel. It's not really, really true. And I feel like the Three of Swords is best described by a situation. Think of like elementary school. And I'm thinking girls in particular, but please take it as it resonates. But consider three little girls in elementary school and they're all three best friends. Every now and again, two of them are going to pair off, right? Because often, say in elementary school, you're required to find a partner. So you're only allowed to have one. And the third best friend may get cut out and you may be feeling like you're the third best friend, like everyone else is partnering off and leaving you behind. But it's just a nasty thought. I feel like you are gaining clarity with the assistance of your spirits and guides. It's putting aside the pip thoughts, the nasty thoughts, the stupid thoughts, the old hurts, the thoughts that come in from those old feelings of abandonment and rejection. Putting them aside, a lot of people, I feel like you may be having a debate in your head and there seems to be this like, the world supports you. The world sees you. Some people in the world see you as you are. Very capable, beautiful, special, magical. As I mentioned, there are people out there who see you as this like tremendously powerful, magical force that has set yourself free. And so you don't have to, at this time, you don't have to put any effort into pleasing people because the people who are pleasable, they are pleased. And the people who are not pleasable, they're not pleased. They're never going to be pleased. They'll never partner in this thing with you. So many aces, the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, we had the Ace of Swords. Okay, so you do know a truth, but there are other ideas competing with this truth that you know. And I feel like you may be a little bit afraid that something for you is never going to come through, that you've been working and waiting and trying and putting in effort toward a particular endeavor, a person, a path, a project, and it still hasn't happened. It's happening. You just simply need to trust. And there went all of the cards. Interesting. I was just going to say someone's waiting for you. Someone misses you. They're looking for you. They would like for you to appear. So if you're in this energy where you're like, I've been cut out or rejected, they're not waiting for me, you're actually making things more difficult for yourself right now because they are waiting for you. Okay, well, the cards just switched themselves up, and now it's looking like the weakness at this time is trying to start something new with someone from your past. And it's the childhood issues stuff. The Chariot in reverse at the bottom of the deck. The King of Cups. At least there's going to be lots and lots of love and support coming in for you today. You may be focusing on the one direction, the one spot. Damn it all. You may be focusing on the one thing that's not happening for you today. And then what did just come through is one direction. I'm not going to bend down and get those cards because I have a dog on my lap and I'm just not interested. There's also a bit of that energy coming in today. A little bit sharp, a little bit like, yeah, not going to do that. Still see the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Cups staring up at me. And then there's a card that's flipped over. So we're just going to fluffle. I'm going to fluffle one more time. Let's fluffle one more time. Okay, cards, everything. Yeah, there's this feeling of like, it needs to happen now, and it's not happening the way I want it to, and so frustration. Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it's just that feeling like you're going to get cut out. It's the same story. It's the little girls on the playground. There's 3 of them, and 2 of them are going to go off that way. And there you are feeling like you've been cut out. But meanwhile, they love you. They're your best friends. It's just that the teacher gave the instruction to choose one friend. They were standing closer together, so they grabbed a hand. King of Pentacles in the reverse, Strength in the reverse. There's the Ace of Swords again. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like somebody out there, you're telling yourself that you can't take care of yourself. It's never going to happen. They're never going to blah, blah, blah. It's the never, never, never. Always negative stuff. It's just fear. And it's like at this time, if you could just see yourself the way the world sees you, you would start to feel better immediately. I feel like this is about money for a lot of people. You did something in the past. You organized something. For some of you, you went into the Akashic record space. You made a wish. You found a book. You looked it up. You figured out how to make it happen. You made it happen in the past. And now it's going to start falling on your head. And in the future, it's like you don't even know what's happening. So for some of you, there's money coming into your bank account that you don't even know about. Probably it has to do with an investment that's making a lot of money. It may actually lose money for a moment. It's going to hit some kind of a bottom. It's like a chaotic ending, and then bang, boom, move right back to the top. And it may be quite frustrating waiting for this to happen because you're waiting on something that you expect to be able to live off of. For some of you, this is about like a retirement account, the social support, social security. Somebody out there, you're a magician, your words are very magical, and everything you say actually comes true. So you definitely want to be telling the world things that you actually want to experience. There's money falling from the sky for a lot of you. So it's like for everybody that may apply in a slightly different way. You should get a cistern and start catching the rainwater if you can. If there's probably going to be snow, sleet, hail for a lot of you, particularly up north. Yes, in Iceland. That's the miracle card is in Iceland. There's Britain, Glastonbury, and then there is Martin Luther King, which I do believe is Philadelphia, the northeast coast. Looks like places in the west, in the more foresty areas, are probably still experiencing a little bit of drought. 1 or 2 of you have wished for a particular weather condition. And it's happening. It's like the people who wished for water, the water is coming in from under the ground. It's more like your wells are going to be refilling. And the people who wished for sun, you're getting heat. There's wind and fire coming in. Crap. All right, let's see here. This 8 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Clarifying the 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. So, yeah, there is money coming in. For you who have questions about money, I feel like money is coming toward you. You just may be very nervous that you haven't worked for it, or that maybe you need to get a job. You feel like you need to do something that's a little bit more long-term and stable, like get a 9-to-5 job so that you can get the insurance. Insurance issues coming through. 5 of Swords in the reverse, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Now there's relationship stuff coming through. The Hangman, Pisces energy, the 6 of Cups. Hi, Cusel. The 6 of Wands in the reverse, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, if you can put your ego away at this time and you don't have to get rid of your ego. You're just going to tell the ego, look, you can sit in the front seat. You can totally sit shotgun today, but you cannot drive the car. Today is a day where you do need to do the quote-unquote right thing, the spiritually uplifted thing. You want to get into the Neptune, Pisces energy. You want to discover, explore the depths of the world, the depths of your soul. There is magic inside of you. There is magic inside of you. There's at least one person out there who does not know that you are magical and you don't realize the power of your words, and therefore may feel like you've been hitting a wall, or you've been going down, like on a downward spiral in terms of your emotional well-being or your financial well-being or the number of friends and support that you have in your community. So then you may turn around and start telling the world, this and that and the other thing, and then start experiencing that this and the other thing, that this and the other thing in a negative way. But you have the capacity today to change the way you're viewing the world. You want to, and maybe many people are just revisiting issues from the past. I feel like there is an issue, a person, a situation that you got free from in the past. And that person felt as though you took advantage of them. You manipulated the situation. They're blaming you for stuff. And I feel like you want to take on some of the burden, some of the responsibility for that past situation, but it's really not a good idea. You did set yourself free from that past situation, and now all you have to do is just walk forward. And a lot of people are considering turning around, going back to the past. Sure, make America great again. I don't know. However, whatever you think about that, I would love to hear about it in the comments. But what's coming through is that make America farm again. Make America plant its own garden again. Eggs are $12 at the local Safeway, the organic eggs, $11.99. And you can buy a chicken for $5 and take care of the chicken for an entire year for just a couple hundred. So you want to consider maybe getting a chicken. Lots of places you're not allowed to have a chicken because they make noises, but you may want to consider moving to a place where you can get a chicken. For some of you, your movement, the move is happening as if by magic. It's a miracle. Somebody's coming back in the future to offer you some love, and it's a miracle. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Magician. Oh yeah, the Sun in the reverse, the Ace of Wands. The Star in the reverse, Nine of Wands in the reverse, Ten of Swords. You have an opportunity sitting on your table right now, and you may not have noticed it, and that's your weakness at this point, so you definitely want to. You have some kind of an opportunity probably to get together with a friend. It's a good idea. Go back, answer the opportunity. You are a very, very powerful magician. So most of you do recognize this about yourself. Some of you go back and forth where you're like, I'm not. Oh, I am. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, I am. The weakness is, again, like, don't be in too much of a hurry. Don't expect to see your wishes granted immediately. These things do take time. So make sure that your wish was big enough so that it will cover the test of time. So somebody like asked for $1,000, and here we are 9 years later, and you're going to get the $1,000. Confirmation. So this time you're asking for $8 billion, $9 billion, and then you're going to be like, all right, this time I'm going to get my $9 billion. And you're getting it. It's going to be parsed out over the next several years. And so it's like $1 billion divided by 12 years. I don't know what that number is, but you might want to go and check it out because that is what's going to start coming in. It's like $10,000 is going to show up this month. Probably it starts as something, it was like a penny, and then it was $1, and then it was 10. Now it's 100 or 1,000. It's moving into a place where it's going to be 10,000, and then soon 100,000, and then into the million, and 100 million, 10 million, blah, 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 blah. 10 million, 100 million. Oh, and that brings in like the difference between the way the English describe $1 billion versus the way the USA does. It's actually two different numbers. In the USA, we do 100 millions is 1 billion. I do believe in the UK, it is 100,000 millions is a billion. So you guys, at least it used to be that way, and I'll go and check and see. And so there's like a lot of that, like, you want to go back and check and see if things are still the same as they were previously when you understood stuff. And I feel like into the future, you're going to be learning some stuff. So it's a good idea to go back and check and see how things are happening. And I feel like today it's just a good idea to couch everything that you're saying with stuff like, as far as I understand it, or, I may have to go back and do some research. However, I see this is what's happening. This is how I understand the situation. I feel like you're somebody who's very, very capable. You're an independent thinker. People don't always appreciate that about you. You don't follow the rules. I know for my own part, I've spent a long time on the Mexican border, and Mexican culture in some ways Well, in my experience, Mexican culture has very defined roles for men and women. And so if you're a woman like me, Anglos would have less of that definition, if you will. And where I live, you're either Anglo or you're Mexican. Those are like the only two choices, basically. But in the Anglo tradition, as a woman, I don't feel like I have to I don't have to be the passive feminine. I don't need to be very sexy and beautiful all the time. That's just not the way I see the world. Whereas for many Latinas, that is the way they see the world. And so if I walk into the room, I'm this thing for a lot of people who are like, what are you? You're a woman. You dress like a woman, but you act like a man. And then sometimes I act like a woman and I dress like a man. And people are like, what's your deal? And it took me a long time to come to a place where I'm like, look, I'm free. I don't follow those rules. So I recognize why I might make you uncomfortable. It doesn't bother me in the least. If you're uncomfortable and you're so uncomfortable that you're going to try to make me uncomfortable, I will simply leave, because I don't need to be in any particular place at any particular time. At least spiritually speaking. And I feel like I'm talking to people who have that same recognition that, like, if somebody has a problem with you, it's fine. You don't need to be in the room. There may be a moment when you're willing to sacrifice your own comfort in order to work your magic. And there are some people out there who really, really appreciate that about you. And those are probably siblings, they're cousins, they're family friends. They've known you for a long, long time. And they love you as you are. And those are the people you want to spend your time with. But like I said, there may be a sense where you're like, that's okay, I'll be uncomfortable because that's the way I was raised. For some of you, you're getting over the way you were raised to take care of other people. And there's a moment in the future when you may find, like, oh, if you're not going to behave like everybody else in your surroundings, everyone in your community, everybody in your culture, then you lose friends. And that's true. There may be 5 out of 6 people who walk away and who are like, yeah, we don't understand you, so we don't like you. And if you stick around, we're going to try to destroy you because you're scary, because you don't operate by our rules. There is one person or a group of people who see you and they're like, you're one of us. You belong to us. You belong in our group. They want to work with you. They want to partner with you. They felt in the past that you were trying to take advantage of them. Now they're like, oh, whoops, you're not trying to take advantage of anyone. You're not trying to use anyone or get anything. You're just simply sharing the way you see the world. You're sharing your perception. You're sharing your viewpoint. And whereas they thought in the past that you were doing that for, like, to get attention, to get control, to get power, there's this recognition now that you are in control and in power of your own life, that you don't need anybody else. You don't need their approval. You don't need their assistance. You worked it out. You made really good choices. You figured it out and you did it for yourself. You got free. You set yourself free. And then the Hangman coming in after the 9 of Pentacles, freedom is the word. And with, of course, Martin Luther King, right? Freedom is the word. You set yourself free. And you did it as if by magic. I feel like you did it through a lot of suffering. People, you made it look easy. You know, you made it look easy. Probably you don't go around telling the world about all of your heartache and sorrows. And there's somebody else who does. Those people bother me so much. It's like it's such a pet peeve of mine. And probably, I don't know, they want me to, like, point out that my pet peeves signal something in me, right? And so then that's something I can't heal other people, and I can't make them stop crying to get some sort of attention, but I can look at myself and be like, so why does that bother you? Why does it bother you when people dive into pity parties and it actually works? Well, there's a lot of reasons why it bothers me, and for someone out there, you have tremendous integrity, and it bothers you because it's a lie. And it bothers you because it's childish and manipulative, and you were lied to and manipulated by the same kind of force, the same kind of special force. Did the special forces lie and manipulate you? Great. There's a miracle coming forward. It is a brand new opportunity in love. It is very, very exciting. And it is magic. I know people are going to be like, you keep on pulling out the miracle card. You did that on purpose. You pre-chose your cards. I promise you, I didn't. I promise. You're a magic creature. Wherever your energy goes, magic follows. I feel like we're a soul tribe. We are the magic ones. So whoever you are, whatever you're doing, do not ever believe that the world doesn't need you, that, I don't know, don't look to the people who don't like you, because you have so many people who do like you and who do look up to you and who think that you are a phenomenal magical soul. I feel like you're really, really hard on yourself, and you may compare yourself to other people. You may compare yourself. Somebody may be comparing you to other people. There's this idea like, well, you can be just a little bit better if. You could be more successful if. And I feel like there's just a little bit of like, hey, stop. I'm in control of my life. I'm doing things for myself. There's a lot of single energy, single financially independent energy. It's taken a long time. This has been a slog for some of you. It's like one foot in front of the other. There were times when you were able to run, and then there were times when you crawled, and you probably felt like you were crawling through broken glass. Walking on broken glass. It's done. No more walking on broken glass. No more. I feel like there's somebody out there has those habits are very strong from the past, and it's done. It's the end of the cycle. 7 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and the reverse and the 2 of Swords. So you need to tune into your intuition, because you have a very, 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 shall I say it again, very, very powerful intuition. Magician. Whatever you focus on today, that's what you're going to get done as if by magic. I feel like you, at the end of today, are going to, I feel like, to be honest, there may be this feeling today where you put in a lot of effort. You feel like you're all on your own, and you feel like it's not working. You're tired. If that happens, go to sleep, take a nap, meditate, drink something if you have to, change your mood, and then you will see that it's done as if by magic. Somebody really, really misses you. They really, really miss you, and they are starting over. And there's somebody who like wants to give you money, and they're waiting for you. They're like, hello, where are you? I'm going to give you money. Tavern and jail. Anyone surprised that those 2 cards came out? Because I think that's what I've been talking. At least I mentioned. And the heartbreak place and the workspace in the reverse. Concert. Bustling hub. Shopping mall. River. Restaurant. School. Cinema. Amusement park. And kitchen in the reverse. Okay, so lots of stories. Somebody went to jail for drunk driving, even though you knew you probably graduated from a DARE program. Don't drink and drive. You knew that. You were eating and drinking with friends. You were having a fun time, and you ended up in jail. Now you are getting out of jail, and you have a criminal record. And so you can't get a job, because Americans are screwballs. Is it that way in your country? If you go to jail and then get out of jail, you're like, I can never get a job again because I have a criminal record. So, and then you're like, what do I do now? Nobody will hire me. Blah, 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 blah. I have no choice. I don't know what to do. There's nowhere for me to turn. There's nothing for me to do. Wrong. Wrong. It's probably time for you to get together with friends and start your own business. You may not want to invest in your own business. You probably have the wherewithal. You have the money. You can get a loan. There is someone who can help you. You have savings. There's a retirement account that you could cash out, but you're not retired, and so you don't want to. I feel like you're going to be making the decision to take the money that you have probably invested in another place, take it out of that investment and put it into yourself, put it into your business. Some of you, somebody out there, I can't show you this card because she's naked. Yeah, somebody out there, you're meant to be in the movies. You're meant to be traveling to someplace new. You are meant to start a hotel, open an Airbnb, rent a room in your house as an Airbnb. move out of your house and go stay in an Airbnb so that you can rent your house for twice as much as you pay in your Airbnb. There's something about that. You have something that you can use. You can rely on a skill. You can start a business. You're an entrepreneur. Maybe you could start a nonprofit and help other criminals get jobs and, get the government to pay you type of a deal. There's a lot of school issues, public schools, Arizona, for example, it's my understanding, they're trying to shut down the public schools. They like to get you to unenroll your kids in the public schools and then go after something called an ESA, an Education Savings Account. It does not work the way they say it does. They view school as a factory thing where they are teaching children merely how to work well in factories. Kids who don't work well in factories may end up drinking a lot. And in any case, whether you're drinking a lot or you're not working a lot, if you're working or you're not working, or you're drinking or you're not drinking, if you're not well educated, the chances that you end up in jail, at least in the state of Arizona, and very likely in your state too, are very, very high. That's really, really expensive for the taxpayer. Much, much more expensive than it is to pay for kids to go to school, pay your taxes. Restaurants, hotels, concerts, somebody is going on a wonderful adventure. When you go on this adventure, I feel like you're going to meet someone who is really, really sexy and attractive. For somebody out there, you are being breadcrumbed. Your person is breadcrumbing you. They have run off and they are with somebody else. And you need to cut this person out of your life. It's really obvious if you're the person who needs to cut someone out. Someone is coming and going and coming and going, and they probably smell like somebody else's cologne or perfume. They probably have lipstick or some mark on their collar where it's really obvious that they have been playing around, and you know it. There's a breakup coming through, probably following an argument with somebody who is going to lose their crap because they're like, no, you're my person. They're not your person. There's somebody out there who's totally and completely out of control. They're cheating, lying, sneaking around, and manipulating. This is very, very disappointing, and you want to let the situation go. The thing that you can do to make the situation easier for yourself is change your perspective. You're not getting cut out. You're not the third wheel. You're not the third party. You're protected. You're protected by God, Spirit, the Creator, the universe. The universe wants to see you happy and well taken care of with somebody who is healthy, who's healthy and loving. The divine partners are coming together. There may be a question for you if you've been single for some time. You may have had a toxic environment when you were growing up, and that could be because your parents were very, very in love with each other. Maybe they were totally obsessed with each other so that you didn't get any attention. Or your parents cheated, mom and dad both. There was a definite toxicity coming in from the past related to the mother and father, grandparents, aunts and uncles, legacies of toxicity going through the generations. Yeah, make America great again. It's make America toxic again. No. It's all changing, and you have the ability to change it, and the best way for you to change it is not by judging it, hating it, or trying to eliminate it. It is just simply by loving on it, accepting it, and being like, oh, okay, I suffered all of those things so that I could be who I am today. And in my case, it's like, well, I went through all of that horrible stuff so that I could read tarot cards and do it really, really well. I went to school for many, 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 many years so that I could read tarot cards and do it really well. Talk about things like financial systems, the law, education systems, mental health, addiction, all of it, because I have direct experience, lots and lots and lots of it, after having studied it in school and experienced it either in myself or in those people around me whom I love or was deeply connected to. This situation is going to come to a very, very successful close. There's stability, resources, financial resources. For some people, this situation is going to continue the way it's long continued, because you need to face your fears and fight for what is best for you. You need to fight for the end of a situation. You are fighting for it, but there probably is somebody else on the other side of this fight, this debate, or this battle who you actually love. For some of you, you may feel like the Palestinians and the Israelis or something like that, where you're actually fighting with a cousin. It's like the Jews and the the Palestinians, the Muslims fighting against each other over time, over history, and what they're doing ultimately is fighting for the love of God. Well, God is in you, so just love yourself, and you don't have to fight for it anymore. Capricorn energy, the Seven of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Lovers. For some of you, there's a Capricorn that you feel bound to. You're in separation from this person. You don't want to get together with this person. Doesn't have to be a Capricorn, but this is somebody who you felt like, it probably because of the way you were raised, you felt some connection with this individual. For some of you, you just feel a connection to the poison, to the toxicity, or to the healthy people who raised you. You want to find someone like your dad. You want to find someone like your mom. For others, you're looking for the exact opposite. Whatever it is that you're looking for, the best thing to do is love it into your life. Don't criticize it or hate it into your life. There is a toxic situation that I feel like you're just not interested in participating. You don't want to get together with this person, but I feel like you do want to get together with this person. There's a tear. You're torn. Do I want you? Do I not want you? The Lovers, Gemini energy, Four of Swords in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse. You're somebody out there, you're messing with a lie. You're involved with the lie. You've like married the lie, and you can't let go of it because it's probably very, very painful. And so it's just exactly the kind of pain that you want to embrace. Well, guess what? That's good, because the longer you embrace it, the tighter you hold on to it, the faster it's going to get out of your life. So go for it. Dive in. Do a deep dive. Embrace. Go after what you love, follow it through to the end. Somebody's going to have a really good cry, and then you're going to realize that you don't need to start something new. You dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet. Someone's going to approach you who's very, very sexually active. They would like to be sexually active with you. They probably have a lot of kids, and I feel like you're like, red flag, no. If you have a lot of kids, it's not automatically like a bad thing, but it does tend to be something that you want to look further into, especially if somebody has lots of kids with lots of different people. It can be a little bit, you're like, why do you have so many kids with so many different people? Last message, you do you. I feel like there are details. So you want to edit, you want to revise, you want to look closely at the details, focus on the things that you love, focus on the details because you enjoy it, because you love it. It's like getting your nails done, or putting on makeup, or like fixing your jewelry just perfectly. She keeps on licking me. You're still working, probably somebody's working with someone who's way overly affectionate. Work on the details that you love. As I was saying, it's like putting on your jewelry, or it's like, choosing the colors that you're going to be wearing for the day. And by working on the details, screw the world. You do things the way you do them, even if it feels like it's not benefiting you in that moment. It's coming through. It's coming through. There's love and resources coming through for you today. In fact, somebody's going to come through probably and offer you a job offer that at first you might be like, I don't think it's enough. It's not going to help me take care of myself. Is that going to be enough? You need to talk about those details with whoever comes at you with the offer. Some of you have like legal training, legal knowledge. You know a lot about the legal system, and that makes you more valuable. And so somebody's going to come through and offer you the money that you are worth. And you know a lot about the legal system if you've been to jail, if you've been to prison, if you've worked with attorneys who served you, who screwed you over, who took your money, who didn't take your money, however it may be. You're working on it. Somebody is getting wasted thinking about you and then deciding to go to sleep and not reach out. That person needs to start drinking coffee instead of alcohol. Flowing waters. Trust. There is water coming in, and some of you may be going shopping today. Yeah, there's a definite adventure where you're like going to go stay at a hotel. Maybe going on a cruise. Somebody out there belongs in the movies. You need to be in the movies. Oh, you may be working on a movie. Yeah. Cool. You You may be working on a movie that's going to be like, you're going with the flow right now, and it's going to create a lot of work for you because I feel that it's going to be very, very popular among artists and coffee clutches. Supermarket, probably a good day to go shopping. More trains going across windswept regions. I hope that was helpful. I'll be back. Bye.